Street with Tex-Mex Metals, Pinch Away Racing. Today we will be installing a new central pneumatic cast iron twin cylinder air compressor pump on our home built air compressor since it pretty much stopped pumping air. So let's check it out. So for reference, this is the air compressor that my dad and I built around 3 years ago. We ended up putting two different compressors together, or three actually different compressors together to make this one. It's it's about to be 4 years since I started my small business, which is Tex-Mex Metals and Pinch Away Racing. So this thing has been truly helpful. Without this thing, we probably would have never been able to accomplish a lot of the things that we have. Sadly, I had a feeling that this pump was gonna go out since it's really old. So we'll be swapping it out with this new twin cylinder air compressor pump from Harbor Freight. I've never actually used one of these before. Ready for 145 PSI, which is good because we generally run around 110 PSI whenever we're cutting steel, such as 1/2 inch and 3/8 inch. And yeah, so it's raining a lot. Like, if you're from Texas, in the month of May, we have been receiving a lot of rain lately. So let's open this up, see how it looks, and swap it out, and hopefully start cutting more parts. Let's take these off. Comes with a nice pack of instructions. Probably won't even be needing those. Air filters. We will definitely be needing these. Really need this box. This thing is massive, so hopefully it fits. I hope so. Because man, I kind of messed up that box already. So we'll see if the line fits, which from the looks of it, it doesn't. So we'll have to recreate this line. And yeah, it's pretty beefy. So hopefully that area fits. The reason I went with this size is because this one it's actually on clearance on Harbor Freight, which it produces 17.5 CFM, if I'm not mistaken. .3, CFM at 40 PSI, and 15.2 SCFM at 90 PSI, which is great. Because for us to run our plasma cutter, it is recommended to at least be able to run 10.5 CFM. Hopefully with all this, we'll be able to keep being consistent on all of our product and keep everything running. The shop is a bit of a mess, especially with metal dust that goes everywhere since the water bed is not installed yet. So let's start removing the old pump and get this one set up, mounted, and then obviously we need to fill it up with oil. So we already have oil here, and we'll just go from there. Definitely need gloves. That's gonna be that was pretty fun. definitely dirty. It's on this side though. This other side's pretty freaking clean. So I'm assuming it's chunking a lot of it already. Feels decent. But we have to disconnect this. This one's definitely smaller than that one. Holy crap. I'm not gonna lie, I might have gone overboard with the size. So, yeah. I might have to swap that one out to a smaller one from Harbor Freight. Damn. Okay. Well, it's already here, so let's try to make it fit. If it doesn't fit, then we take it back. Let's clean this area out first, though. I think it's going to fit. Bro, holy crap. Yeah, this thing is not going to fit. Well, I made a mistake. So, I guess we're taking this back to Harbor Freight. And I just messed up the box. So hopefully they take it back. So this is attempt number 2. I believe we have the correct one this time, hopefully. We went with the McGraw for the second option, which is 155 max PSI with 11.8 SCFM at 90 PSI, which is still pretty good because like I said before, we need at least 10 CFM to be able to run consistently on the machine. This one should be pretty good. Definitely better than the old unit. So let's open it up, see what everything looks like, and then we'll go from there. Instructions, we definitely will be needing those. It's still a little bit bigger, but not too big like the old unit that we literally just went and returned. It should be a pretty good upgrade. Spacing seems to be around the same, especially on the back bolts, which is the main concern for me, especially with the base. Trying to get everything together, so we should be able to get more air through it. We definitely gotta oil it up, so I should not be rotating this at all. The old one was fine, it was decent, but it took forever to pump air into the 80-gallon tank. Hopefully this helps us eliminate that wait time, and just be more consistent while we're filling up. Let's see how it goes from here. It's still a little bit bigger. Alright, so this one's the wrong one too. Damn, dude. Okay, so the pump's a little too big. So we're gonna make a plate. As you can see, that's where the old mounting holes, but this thing has a shaft and it makes it stick out a little bit more. So we're just gonna create a plate and move all these mounting holes further left and back, that we're able to set everything. The good thing is we have a small air compressor as a backup, so we're able to run the CNC plasma table and pretty much make the plate for it. The great thing about this is on Harbor Freight's website, it tells you the footprint of this air pump. So we're gonna be able to make a plate, especially with slotted holes. So we're able to shift it back and forth. That way we can tighten out the belt and just be able to move it as necessary, as needed basically. So let's give it a shot and see if we can make it happen. All right, so I ended up cutting out the plate that we need. Hopefully this one works. And we're just gonna mock it up and see where we need to cut. I'm going to lay it on top, but I'm going to cut a little bit on the edges. That way this one sits on top of the old plate. Let's see. So I marked where the base usually goes and also where the bolt holes are and what direction. So we should be able to see that one, and you're able to see that one as well. So all we're gonna do is match the distance from here and here so it's straight, just like that. Mark it as much as we can. Obviously it's super dirty, and then we'll just go in like around 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch between there. That way it's between these, between this gap on both sides. Probably should have made it, probably would have been more beneficial for me to make it wider, but we're already here, so that's what make it happen. I'm just gonna cut out a hole basically in this general section, because over here, as you can see, it's open. So the more meat we have on the bottom, I think it'll be most beneficial to us. And this is just to hold it in place so it doesn't shift side to side. So let's give it a shot. Well, I was able to find my safety glasses, so I guess my shade will do with my face shield. We'll get another set of gloves because I don't put the glove. Small hole just so we're able to get the bolts through the bottom, and then we're able to tighten it up. Cool. Let's clean up this area, start tack welding, we're good to go. Final step, all we're gonna do is clean up this plate, mount it to the pump itself. So we're gonna mount it to the pump itself, go all the way forward as much as we can on it, install, and sit it. That way we're able to see the belt be straight, tack it, and then do a little bit of stitch welding on it. From there, we'll be able to install the belt and then just drag it back. That way everything should stay aligned the way it is. So maybe, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. Right on the money. So, now we can set up the motor, pack it up. Going anywhere. Alright guys, check out my horrible welds. I didn't want to go all the way across. It's really not necessary. What if we need to take this plate off? So I don't think it's going anywhere though. Yeah, we're pretty good. Pretty decently straight. So we just put the belt on. We'll go find the belt, and then obviously I need hose from here to the compressor. After that, we should be able to test it out and see how everything goes. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, we finally finished it. It's a little off balance, I think, because the belt is still a little bit loose. So we just need to pull it and tighten it a little bit more. We have obviously some gap here that we can still keep pulling on. And on this one, I think we're maxed out. So we'll just pull this end later today and then get it going. I did find that this is leaking, so probably time to replace that one. It's a bit old, but machine should be good to go now. It definitely worked out a little bit better. It's so much quieter than the old one. The old one just sounded like clunking metal, so super happy with it. It wasn't that difficult of an install, of course, so pretty good. Pretty happy with it as of right now. We're gonna top it off with oil. It has a little bit in it.
Bro, you know if I pretend I'm Jewish, they'll give me a free trip to Israel? Are you recording me?
Yes. So, with that being said, we're gonna try and figure everything out and make sure that it's balanced because it's rotating. On the bottom you can tell where it's rotating. And we'll just go from there. We are gonna start taking apart the old one and see what the damage is. Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's a toughy one.
Yeah, it's like it's trying to fucking hold something in or down.
Maybe. Maybe.
Is there anything you've been holding in or down? Maybe now's the time to let that out.
Oh,
this,
yeah.
This YouTube video can be your therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, now my shirt's dirty.
Oh my god.
I'm still gonna wear it to be good. Why don't you go to the gym anymore?
I went last night.
Okay, you're not going today?
No.
Let's just go hit arms. Why didn't you do like a 5x5 or something? Just a square workout. Shit's always good for you.
Guess I didn't want to overdo it.
And it ended up like me.
Yeah, dying like the other day.
I really thought it was.
I don't know what's wrong.
Dude, I was like, hey, I'm either gonna pass out or throw up. I'm just ignoring it.
I mean, you're right.
Like, I'm still gonna work out.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, you're like, alright, well, I'm going home. I don't wanna be here for this.
I don't want to be a witness.
Left me to die and shit.
Mm-hmm. Then the cops would have interrogated me.
Exactly.
They were like,
Be like, oh, send him back. Okay, so now you get the head off. You know what these are? They're pistons.
pistones.
Yeah.
It still has compression.
Good compression.
That one's good.
Head filled.
Yep. Huh.
That's actually better compression than I expected. Oh, you can tell that the head's filled because there's fucking pieces of it in here that have been slapping around, see?
This fell drastically.
So this side's good. This side's clearly where the failure was. You can see all the indentations from where the, I guess, bearing material knocked into the top of the piston.
Yeah.
But still is good compression. Now it's recording.
Well, guys, this is it for this episode.
Your
Be
phone
sure-
died.
Oh.